What's up, guys? Welcome back to Triple Point Charts podcast. I'm Kenny, and this is Samuel. You know what's funny is I don't think we actually introduced ourselves on our first episode.
Well, privacy's key.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm sure we said our names throughout it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But so what's up, man? What's new?
Nothing.
It's a new week. It's we've put out like how many? 4 videos?
Yeah, four videos. A few of you doing some technical analysis and charting and seeing where your predictions on where the market was headed. So
Yeah. Did you trade this week?
I didn't. I actually had a family emergency last week. Speaking of which, my comment on, police being pigs,
Oh man.
I'm going to redact that comment. I lost a family member last week, and so the sheriff had to show up to our house, and he was quite nice, I will say. And, he's really down to earth, and I honestly kind of sort of felt bad for him because I realized at that point, cops only ever see the worst part of people's days, And he actually put things in perspective. He's like, yeah, it's kind of sucks because I deal with, a death in the family, and then I get a call about somebody not getting cheese on a hamburger.
Oh,
and, it kind of affects him. And so I was just like, dang, you know what?
You know what? I'm gonna be a cop.
I'm going to be a cop. Yeah, exactly. Screw Triple Point Charts. I'm done, Samuel. I'm going to be a cop.
Oh.
And I'm going to the academy next week.
That's good. I'll get you some boots or something.
Oh, I got boots. I
Yeah.
still got my military boots.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah. I traded this week. I did not have a death in the family. Sorry to hear that
Yeah.
you did. I don't know if you said death. I think you said family emergency.
I did. I ended up saying death. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. R.I.P. Legit. I'm not joking about that.
No, yeah.
For sure. I did trade a little bit this week. I did all right. I traded TQQQ early in the morning of, I think it was Friday, the day that the market took a shit, which was Friday. Yeah. And I kind of got caught up a little bit. I was very profitable early on. And then, actually, it was the 21st. It was the 21st. So it was very profitable early on in the morning. And then something happened. I don't know what happened, but we're going to explore what happened today on this episode. The trade was going great. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like the entire market just lost total steam. So we're going to dive in a little bit, and we're going to try to figure out what moves these fucking markets, what makes these things lose all their steam and start heading in the other direction. But before we do that, we want to remind you that we are doing a $1,000 crypto giveaway once we hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So please subscribe, hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time we post a video. This week alone, we posted 4 videos, and every video we gave some predictions, and I think they were pretty good.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I think
We shorted Roblox, which was kind of I didn't feel super comfortable with it, in my spirit, but based off the chart, based off some technical analysis, it really looked as if we had some more downside on a bottomed out stock as it was. And that's exactly what we got. I think we had like a negative 4% drop on Roblox the day we shorted. So definitely hit the bell notification so you can get those every time we come up. Also join the Discord. That's where it's posted first. We posted all the calls in the Discord this week. So if you're not subscribed, you're just you're just a piece of shit. Really, I mean, you're just losing money. You're losing friends. You're probably losing your girlfriend to somebody like me that's making money. So, I mean, me and my wife are piping your girl down and throwing hundreds on her.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's taken to an extreme, but you're definitely losing out on an opportunity to, learn about what this market does. And, I mean, yesterday was Roblox. Tomorrow it'll be, who knows, Starbucks.
Tomorrow it'll be Tesla.
You think it'll be Tesla?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Did you know that the Gigafactory that they made is the tallest commercial building in the world?
Tallest or biggest?
Well, I think it's tall.
I don't think it's very tall. I
Well,
think
then
it's
big.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, pull it up.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
I'm pretty sure it's square footage. I mean, I guess you could measure that in height too, but
yeah, we as you can see, we've upgraded a little bit. We got our handy dandy mic stands. We got a little table going on. We added another camera this week, so you might get another angle to see us from. Also, we are going to be using the computers integrated into our podcast. Okay, so do you mind reading that? My eyes aren't very well.
yeah. It's covering 2,500 acres along Colorado River.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, it's
not
it's
tall.
not the tallest.
It's the biggest. Okay.
It's the biggest. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I mean and apparently a lot of it's still empty, like because they're just gonna grow into it. That's what
Jesus.
they're expecting.
Yeah, I saw Kathy Woods from the ARC Innovations. She put out an estimate for Tesla's stock by 2026. She says she believes it's going to be $4,600 a share.
Where's it at? It's like 1,000 right now.
Right around 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. Like, I mean, Elon Musk did say his next car won't have a steering wheel.
He said that?
Yeah, the next car won't have a steering wheel, which makes sense. It really does, because when you think about it, he's making a truck, he's made all these cars from a sedan to like more higher end, and then he's got to tweak the imperfections on that, aka get that self-driving locked and loaded.
Yeah,
because that's really where, once you get self-driving locked and loaded, I think that's where people will pour into it, because at that point, and if you look at it as a futuristic standpoint, I think what he wants to create is a situation where you don't even have to own a car. It's just like it's kind of like Uber in the sense of the car just comes to you, picks you up, drops you off at your location, and then you a mile away. Oh, I need a car to take me to work on the other side of town.
Wow.
That same car will go and pick you up. And then whenever it needs to refuel, it's literally like thinking for itself. Right. It's literally the Uber driver.
Holy shit. Imagine if Tesla's the thing that's going to put Uber and...
Oh, it will be.
Oh my, I never even thought about it from that angle. Like as a business standpoint, yeah, they're going to be selling cars, but what if they just throw out, 10,000 cars in a city?
Well, what's crazy too is, I didn't know this. If you own a Tesla, the Tesla supercharging is free.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So then to charge your car is free if you own a Tesla.
At a supercharger. Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
at a Tesla location.
Right.
So it just makes, that's for life.
Right.
And he's made that clear. So it kind of changed my perspective on how he thinks.
Wow.
And so it makes me think he honestly doesn't, if he can get the self-driving locked and loaded to where there are less accidents caused by these cars than humans, then for sure it's a game changer, and he's gonna win the race for.
Yeah, and not to mention the whole semi-truck thing that he's been talking about for years now.
Yeah.
If that actually takes off, that'll be.
It's less about the car and more about the AI, if you really think about it.
Yeah,
that's
the value in it.
Yeah, that's the value in it. Because everyone enjoys a nice little road trip. But if you every day driving to work, no, nobody enjoys that.
Yeah.
So if you could take that off everybody's plate and just enjoy the 20-minute where they could just sit on their phone, or obviously that's ways away. But I think that's why I believe what Kathy Wood says is actually going to come to fruition.
Yeah, if he could break into the space of literal transportation of goods like freight, and transportation of people in general, he could wipe out. I
mean, he's going to wipe out, when you think about it too, and the fact that it's electric, he's going to wipe out the public transportation industry too. In some cities, obviously other cities like New York, the subway will always be there. But
what would be stopping him from just Tesla public transport?
right now.
No,
Oh.
Once he actually figures that out, why would a city not want to convert to something that they don't have to pay drivers, they don't have to carry? I'm sure the insurance is going to be totally different.
Yeah, and the
And
cost
and
of energy usage
Wow.
will be lower.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure most of his charging stations are renewable resources, I would imagine. So
Yeah, he's doing big things. What else? Speaking of Elon, what else did what did he do? What did he do?
It's kind of old news by now, but
Yeah.
man, that guy's trying to buy Twitter. Let's
Oh,
go.
Oh my god. That's almost scary, I feel like.
It is scary, don't get me wrong, but I also think if I wanted to give the keys to somebody, I probably would want to give it to a guy like him.
Yeah.
Just because I think he sees the true value of freedom of speech and being able to just say whatever the fuck you want. And I think it's good to talk to people that don't necessarily agree with you. That's how you grow. That's how you really, when somebody challenges something you believe in, that's how you figure out if you really do believe in that thing or if you're shaky in it. And if you're shaky in it, you're either going to do more research to back yourself up, or you're gonna change perspectives. And it doesn't necessarily mean believe what the person who challenged you believes. Just change how you think and view life.
Did you see his tweet or his text thread?
Is this a recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no.
Go ahead and set it to record.
Oh, it is. It's sharing.
It's share. So you're recording it.
No.
Boom.
Now
there
we
you go.
Okay. Did you see Elon's text thread with Bill Gates?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So let's see here. So he apparently Bill Gates texted Elon Musk about some philanthropy opportunities. He wanted to donate for. I guess he fucking deleted it. Bill Gates wanted to donate for environmental help.
Yeah.
Well, Elon Musk texted him. He replied back to him and asked him, do you still have your shorts for Tesla? So are you still, Elon texted Bill Gates and asked him if he was still betting against Tesla going down in price. And Bill Gates replied and said, unfortunately, I haven't closed out my shorts. So unfortunately, yes, I am still believing that your company is going to go down in value. So he replied back to him and basically told him, I don't want to have no part of environmental philanthropy with someone who is shorting a company who has done more for the environment than any other company ever. And he crushed he was just like, no, I don't want no part of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he tweeted this out. What's the caption there?
In case you need to lose your boner fast.
Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. He doesn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't.
That's what we need. We need it. Everybody, I think that's what people thought they were getting with Trump. And this isn't a pro or con politician thing ever. But a lot of people were like, I would love to have Trump as a president because he's a billionaire. He can't be bought out. It's like, yeah, he's a billionaire, but he's not the richest man in the world by any means. $1 billion versus 200 billion is a big difference. But I think that's almost what we really get with Elon. He literally has enough money where nobody can buy him out. He's got $1 trillion company, and every company he's ever started has been, fairly profitable.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk does remind me of the same attitude people had towards Trump when they think he can't be bought out. But I personally think that Trump still could be bought out, just carrying a few mil or a few bill.
No, yeah, I agree.
So can Kanye?
I don't think Kanye can.
Nah, Probably not.
No, he's just too crazy.
He's too amazing. No, I don't know. I'm not a real
big Kanye fan.
I'm not a big Kanye fan anymore.
Yeah. I did like everything up until, I forget the name of the album, but he had the track "I Am a God."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't personally like the direction. I'm not privy to that style of music anymore. I like that hard trap shit. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black, baby. Young Yak in the house. All right. That's who we need to get on this podcast is Kodak Black. He holds more Bitcoin than I think he's got 6 Bitcoin.
6?
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch up.
I'm
coming for you.
Drake
Coming for you, Kodak.
Drake sent it to him.
Oh yeah. I saw that video of him talking
Drake,
about that.
send it to us. I'll break everybody off of Satoshi, bro. Let's run this shit. So Elon Musk went ham. He offered 48.
I think it was 54. It was 20% premium of what the stock was trading at currently.
Yeah, so he was going to give everybody 20% above the asking price of their stocks, of the total stocks that were out there. So it equated to like $53 billion or something like that.
Yeah.
So he could own 100% of the company.
Yeah, so he could take the company private.
Yep. Which could be a great thing.
Yeah.
It might be what Twitter really needs.
No, I definitely, I think so. I think there's just too much money in the FANG right now for the most part.
Oh my God. Speaking of FANG, did you guys see, and I know this is going to be a stock heavy episode.
Oh, what's FANG?
FANG, it's a collection of stocks, what they call them. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google.
I don't think Netflix is on there anymore.
Yeah. Netflix got delisted from FANG because they lost, what was it, 34%?
Yeah, I think they just lost 34%. I think in total they're down 60%.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you think about it, I was listening to another podcast. Oh, sorry. I was listening to, I forgot who it was, but they brought up a good point. They're like, where the Netflix stands at. Where the Netflix fans at? There's no like diehard Netflix fans like on Twitter. That's not a thing, I don't think.
No, in the streaming world, it's just like who's got the hottest right now.
Yeah, who's got the show?
Yeah. And for me right now, in case you guys were wondering, I have a new show that I'm watching. It's called Outer Range, and it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, go check out Upload.
Oh, shit. Upload's crazy good. Second season. But really Outer Range, have you saw it yet?
No, I haven't.
It's the shit. It's like a sci-fi show about a dude on a ranch. Check it out. But yeah, I can't even remember. So, who was the like legendary investor that just lost?
Oh, Bill Ackman.
$450 million.
I think it's Bill. I know it's Ackman. I know Ackman's the last name.
Yeah. Yeah, lost $450 million on his position on Netflix.
You know how much of that was his portfolio? It was just 2%.
Jesus Christ.
Just 2%.
2%, man. I took a fucking 10% loss this week. But yeah, so dang. Netflix, in case you haven't heard, they reported in Q1, which is the quarter one of year 2022, they reported a loss of 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
200,000 subscribers, and they're set to lose, I believe, another 100,000.
Oh, I didn't know about predictions.
Yeah, they have a prediction that it's going to continue, the loss of subscribers. And that very well could be just Amazon Prime has really been beefing it up lately. You've just got so many streaming sites. That whole market is saturated now. And it's not like social media.
I think it's less like that. I think it's more when COVID happened, everyone who would have signed up signed up.
True.
And then they just expected those numbers to keep climbing.
So now they're blaming password sharing.
Yeah. What's your password again?
Big Tits 34.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. If anybody wants to share my password, Big Tits 34. I said it before the reduction, but while I was working out. But yeah, they're definitely. That's a common theme this week to blame something that probably isn't really true. You know what I'm saying? Like Netflix, for example, they're blaming password sharing. Like, bitch, we've been sharing passwords. What the fuck are you talking about? That didn't equate to 200,000 subscribers getting X'd out of the market.
I mean, even then, I think it's actually, if you really wanted to account for that, I think it would actually be higher. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's like too, It's
damn near everybody.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are doing it.
So they're calling for a global crackdown on password sharing.
Yeah.
Like what? How you gonna? That'll be the thing to watch with Netflix. Let's see how they're gonna roll out this crackdown.
Who knows?
Yeah. Hope they do it better than the government when they were rolling out crack in the 80s. Well, they couldn't do it better. They did it perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of people shifting blame, I would love to discuss something pretty cool. So in general, everybody has been talking lately about, not lately, it's been 2 years now, how the market's going to crash, the sky's falling. And just something I've been noticing, especially with the Russian invasion, it's really what you would call it. It seems as if, for some reason, we are completely blaming Russia for all of our problems, all of our inflation problems, any prices going up in general. They keep putting this narrative out that it's the Russian invasion. It's their problem, and we had nothing to do with it. This isn't due to COVID. This isn't due to printing money at the fastest rate we've ever done it. So
what Samuel's also trying to say is just like, I mean, we're feeling the effects of the inflation right now.
And they're shifting blame.
They're
not taking any responsibility for
the fact that we printed, like, what was it, 40% of our total dollars out in the world in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that long.
Yeah.
It was
2020, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's got to have an effect on the supply.
Yeah.
In general, it's gotta devalue something. You can't just. It's like if everybody had a 12-inch cock. It wouldn't be a big deal. You wouldn't have anything special.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But if there was a Michael Jordan, rookie card, and then tomorrow they found 100,000 more Michael Jordan rookie cards in somebody's fucking basement, the value of that rookie card now plummets because it's flooded. The market's flooded with this thing. And that's essentially what they did with the dollar. They printed trillions of dollars. And you guys know this, but they printed trillions of dollars, and it had to devalue after you have so much out there. And now they're saying, no, that wasn't the case. It was just because Russia invaded Ukraine and fucked everything. Which, to me, seems like an old play from the government. I'm not going to delve into what play that is, but I mean,
there's plenty of plays like that.
It's just the repeating play that, there's a war.
Yeah, they're shifting blame.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look at the history books. Vietnam.
Right.
Some people question 9/11. Some people question, and I think when it comes to war, I think there has to be for example, World War II, Japan attacked the U.S. It was evident. It was clear as day. Everyone knew it. So there was no question on if we were going to, why are we getting involved?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when it comes to wars of recent past, there's always kind of like a question of why did we get involved? and they try and find the narrative that best sticks. And obviously with the Russia-Ukraine thing, we're not in that war, but
we're 80.
but the fact that there is a war like that going on, a geopolitical war, is going to have an effect, especially, when Russia holds a lot of the oil that the world used to use. And here in the future, Ukraine is a big wheat producer for the world. And now, obviously, farmers aren't, growing their trees.
Yeah.
So
wheat and soybean, I believe. I think they're a big producer in soybean. It's either Ukraine's soybean or Russia's soybean, but either way, it's still clogging up the market.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the instead of just being honest and saying, hey, we printed a little too much money, we're feeling the effects of that. They'd rather say, no, we got everything, we're all good.
Yeah.
It's because of Russia, which isn't the right approach, because especially in today's day and age, where you have people not even like us, but actual economists and investors who know how money works and knows the effects of printing money, that have YouTube channels, and they're going on their channels and saying, hey, this is a real thing, and this is the real reason why it's happening.
And this was called the second that they started printing more money. Everybody knew where we were headed. They called the inflation. They called the interest rates.
I mean, why do you think the stock market rallied? It's just they knew they have institutions have the handbook.
Yeah.
They've been doing it since the day it started, you know? And so they know exactly how to react to any government spending.
Yep.
And I challenge you to get a little more knowledgeable on that, and, learn how to, when you hear government spending, know how to react to that, because there's an opportunity to make money.
Yep. And if you don't feel like doing any research, well, just keep watching, because we've explained what has happened, which is the U.S. printed a shit ton of money, and now the U.S. has aided Ukraine in the Russian invasion, and they have shifted blame from seemingly them to everything about Russia. And now we're going to deep dive into what does that mean for everybody else.
Yeah.
So what it means is, I don't know if you can read that from there, Kenny. If not, I can pull it over.
Highlight it for me. I'm just trying to figure out what you want. Okay.
So what we're gonna go over now is the chairman of the Fed, which is the guy that basically controls everything you fucking do, whether you realize it or not, especially everything in the market, the way the money is. So he came on April 21st and had a meeting with the central banks and kind of laid out his plans for the next month. So this will be what he says. We're going to show you on the charts how it really does make a difference in your spending habits and the way that the market moves. So he came on April 21st, and he had a discussion with the central banks, urging them to do some stuff. And if I could fucking see it, I would read it for you. But we're gonna have our good old buddy Kenny come on and read this, and we're gonna try to break it down a little bit.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell signaled the central bank was likely to raise interest rates by a 0.5% point at its meeting next month, and indicated similar rate rises could be warranted after that to lower inflation. At a rate increase in May, following the Fed's decision to lift rates near from 0 by 0.25% point last month, would mark the first time since 2006 that the central bank increased its policy rate to back-to-back meetings. A 0.5 point increase would be the first such move since 2000. Dang.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, the Fed indicated it will also formally announce plans at the May 3rd, 4th meeting to begin shrinking its $9 trillion asset portfolio in June, a double-barreled effort to remove stimulus to curb price pressure that are at a 4-decade high.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so things to look for in the near future is the meeting in May.
Yeah.
So, so when he came on and said that, what does that mean to you? First off,
It's gonna. I mean, everything's gonna get a little more expensive.
yeah,
Like, I mean, just because they work hand in hand. Like, it's kind of it's a weird thing because inflation drives the price up, but rising interest rates also kind of drive the price up. I guess
and he's calling for an increase in both.
Yeah. Well, not in. Is he calling an increase in? I guess
In interest rates.
in inflation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
No, he's trying to slow that down.
Okay.
But I guess the thought process is people just are spending money. Like,
Yeah.
that's what's crazy. I went to Best Buy to return some things, and it felt like Black Friday in there. And I'm just like, what the heck, man? Everyone, and I talk to people, and everyone, I always bring up inflation just to see how they react. And it always seems like they're like, oh, yeah, man, inflation's a bitch. But then you go to Best Buy and return something, and everyone's
Fucking buying
electronics.
Yeah.
So, I mean, raising interest rates, I think that's only really going to stop people from buying homes.
Big, huge items.
Yeah, buying cars, taking out a personal loan.
Yeah, something that they're locked in for years.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a good tool against the inflation that we're kind of seeing right now. But
Yeah.
I mean, I could be completely wrong.
Sure,
I'm an idiot,
yeah.
you know?
We're just reading a fucking article and talking about it at this
Yeah.
point. So this article, this was on the 21st, I believe. At least the meeting he had was on the 21st. And I was actually in the market that day, trading, and I want to show you guys on the screen here what it correlates to. So when these guys put out these statements, does it actually affect the way things move? So this is the S&P 500. This is the overall market. You can really see what the whole market's doing. So this is the 21st here. So we had the 19th, which was some positive movement. We had the 20th, which was a lot of positive movement. We broke all above our EMAs. We're doing good. The skies are looking blue. And then on the 21st, he comes out. And then this is that classic gravestone doji that I talk about so much. That's the line of scrimmage. That's where direction is unclear. So the gravestone doji comes out. And then what do you know? The next day, we have the biggest drop we've had, I believe, since October. The one-day drop. Now, you know that could be coincidence. Maybe that's just the S&P performed poorly that day. So let's go over to a whole different market, which is the crypto market. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's see if we have any similarities with oh shit. Let's see if we have any similarities with Bitcoin. Holy shit.
Is that a doji?
That's a gravestone doji right there on April 21st. So we have the doji, and then we have complete sell-offs again. So tell me, does that look similar? Green, doji, red. Green, doji, red. Does it really affect the way your money, that overall money moves? Of course. Is it speculation? Definitely. So there could be, this could be the sell-off, and then we could have a rally back up until May to where he gives the next announcement. But kind of seems like we might be entering into this really bad sell-off that people keep talking about, even in the crypto space.
Are you talking about the R word?
Yeah, I promised I would never say the R word on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Wait, what word are you talking about?
I was talking about recession.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this could definitely be the start of the recession. And I'm too young to really have went through the other one, the last one that we had, but it doesn't look good. Who knows?
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I mean,
I'm excited for this chaos.
Yeah.
Bring the chaos. I want to see the purge in real life.
Yeah. Well,
it would start in Florida though. So I guess maybe I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I need to, yeah.
But you just have to stay protected in a market that's unstable. Which I was thinking about it the other day. What market is protected right now? What's the safe market?
I mean, in the short term, bonds are always a safe bet.
Yeah, but here's what I was thinking. What is a bond?
I mean, it's you giving your money to the government so they can spend it, and then whenever that bond is up, they'll give you back your money with interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what happens if is the bond? What happens if another country calls us on our debt, calls America on its debt, and we have to pay off this?
I mean, I guess your bond kind of, your bonds are at risk because at that point, it would be a situation where the U.S. wouldn't be able to inflate its way or print its way out of the situation.
Right. I mean, and how much more wiggle room do they have?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I genuinely don't know about bonds enough.
Yeah.
But it seems that from what I do know, it seems like if America gets caught on its bullshit, the bonds are there for them to float them.
Yeah.
And if they don't have enough to float them, they're going to have to use those bonds.
I mean, they use those bonds.
They're like your bond is going to be evaporated.
Yeah. I mean, essentially the U.S. would default on its debt, and the people who are going to feel the effects of that initially are people who are holding bonds.
So yeah, I mean, bonds still would probably be your safest route right now.
Yeah.
The stock market does not look safe. The crypto market.
I mean, what's our debt to GDP ratio right now?
Let's check it out. What is debt to GDP ratio?
I know that GDP is measured in a year, and it's how much assets have been or produced in that year by that country. And so
gross domestic product.
Yeah.
Or production.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it is product. Jeez.
Let's see. Google didn't just give you a number?
No, it didn't. 3.
3.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's 3, guys.
Today.
Okay, so we're 133%. So
national debt in relation to GDP is 133.23%.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about that.
I don't either. Do your own research.
Yeah. We could probably cut that out. Yeah, so it definitely the way these guys are handling the country's inflation and the country's interest rates definitely correlate on the stock market. The stock market correlates your 401k. The stock market is going to play a huge role in the real estate if it's going to fall.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
So definitely if you are in the stock market, this would be a time to properly educate yourself on puts and shorts and possibly hedge yourself that way. That's the only thing that I can see, because I don't see crypto being the hedge against inflation at the moment.
No, yeah, I don't either.
I see it being totally affected by inflation.
No, so do I.
And
I think that'll happen after institutional adoption of crypto comes in.
And we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
So we are still definitely tied to the inflation rate.
Yeah.
We haven't broke out of that yet. Eventually we will. Eventually crypto's going to be the hedge. I mean, I think you should always have some crypto just in case, because last time, or no, it moved. Crypto moved right along with the rally after Corona as well. They tie in completely.
Oh,
When the stock market rallied, crypto rallied.
Oh, no, yeah. It's definitely being treated like a tech stock. That's all that's how it's being treated.
Yeah.
Instead of like, at least with Bitcoin, like gold.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Yeah. Which that comes, but now is definitely a time to create a strategy to hedge yourself against that inflation with the tools you have. And honestly, the only one I see, I don't think going and buying up a bunch of real estate is the way to do it, because that's going to get tied into everything. And it's really crazy that they said that this is with the same move with interest rates in 2006. I think it said, with the thing that you were just reading.
Wait, say that again.
Jerome Powell, when he said he wants to raise it by 0.5 point.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest move since when?
2006, yeah.
And
or 2000. Either 2006 or 2000.
There was a 2006 in there for sure.
There was. I think that was the quarter basis points.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's just before when? 2008?
Oh.
Which is the crash. So we're just setting up. We're doing the same things over and over again.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not even pretending to know. I'm just speculating. We're reading things and speculating. And it just seems like if we're doing the same shit we've always done, how can you expect a different result to happen?
No, yeah, you're right.
You know, we're doing the same things that we did in 2006.
If anything, it's moving faster.
Yeah, which could argue that if it is moving faster, you know, it could bleed quicker and recover even faster. But
you're gonna have to let it recover on its own.
Yeah.
It can't recover through more printing. That's for sure. Yep.
Dang.
We'll see though.
We'll see. Hey, so speaking of free money, I received a badass NFT this week that I wanted to show you guys. If you guys aren't familiar with NFTs, I'm not your fucking dad, and I'm also not your fucking guru, so do your own goddamn research. But the ones that are familiar, let's have some fun. Let's talk about NFTs. I'm just kidding, guys. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. Nobody knows what they are.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, what's an NFT?
Yeah, no.
This guy's been trying to get me to buy an NFT for a while now, and I'm just like, I barely understand crypto.
Yeah. For me, they're pretty cool, man. They're fun little trinkets to have on the internet.
Yeah.
The ones I go for, I like to have something that actually like does something, actual utility. So I have digital racehorses, which are an NFT called Zedrun. I can actually go online and race this horse that is connected to my crypto wallet. I can bet on it with Ethereum, and I can win. So I just received a new one. It's called Human Park. I got whitelisted for it, and I just got it on April 20th. So I would love to show you guys because pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of him. Sorry, I should. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah. You showed me. Dang.
So this is my nude number 370. This is basically an avatar for a computer game. That's the easiest way. But yeah, there's my nude. I actually had that airdrop to me on April 20th. That's it's connected to the project called Human Park. You can find it on humanpark.io. That is my avatar to access the Human Park online gaming area. We really don't know what it's going to be yet, but it looks pretty badass. I want to see.
Or are people already selling them?
Oh, of course. 0.2 polygon is what this is going for. So this guy's getting sold, or he's asking, what the fuck? $585 fucking dollars? That's a badass looking one.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, but nobody. Oh my God, they have sold these already.
What are you doing? Sell it.
No, I've never sold an NFT. Whoa. These things are passing hands.
Sell it.
It's going down in price. Why would I sell it?
Is it? No, it's going up.
Original sell was 0.5,
Oh.
and 0.06, 0.2. It's fluctuating.
Why did that guy sell it? Why would you pay 0.5 and then the next day sell it for way less?
NFT guys, let us know.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Oh, that's badass.
I guess you just didn't know what you were investing in.
Jeez, they're asking a thou wow for that? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my God, they really are moving these things. Oh, wow, somebody sold it for...
One whole ETH.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, no game is
An hour ago?
Sell it.
I'm not selling my shit. Fuck
Yo,
you
let's
guys.
go to Red Lobster. Sell it.
I am getting hungry.
Yeah.
I don't want Red
Wait,
Lobster.
you don't? Yeah, I was gonna say.
though.
Do you eat fish? I know you eat sushi. But
Yeah,
do you
I
eat like cook?
Yeah, I fuck with fish, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm a red snapper king. I love red snapper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got a pit boss, smoker. I smoke meats. Me and old Zuck be doing the same thing. But yeah,
You put Sweet Baby Ray's on your fish?
no, I do it more like island style. So I fill it full of like bok choy and bunch of onions and fresh vegetables. Wrap it up in some tin foil. And you get to smoking. You get to smoking, and you get to smoking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I would like to, while I have Kenny here, because he really doesn't do the technical analysis. He's just starting out in it, and he fucking sucks. So
Thanks.
I'm just kidding. He doesn't. But I want to show you guys how in just a few minutes you can set up a chart, even having very limited experience doing a chart. So I'm going to pass over the keyboard and mouse over to Kenny, and I'm going to walk him through how to set up some basic support and resistance, and then we'll go over supply and demand. So that's going to be the definitions that we're going to put here. It'll be support, resistance, supply, demand. Think you could handle that?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So I say let's do Bitcoin.
Okay, good, because that's my biggest holding.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my biggest holding. I think. Actually, I don't know.
Is it bigger than your ETH?
I mean, my ETH has gone down. I bought at the top.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're on the daily chart. We're going to zoom out on the little scroller thing. Yeah. And so what I do is when I look at a chart, I really am just looking for an area that the price keeps bottoming out on. That'll be our support. So
I mean, like right around here, probably. If you're looking at recently. 'Cause
Yeah.
You got it right here.
that's great. That's great.
And kind of right here, too, and here and here.
Make sure we're talking that mic.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So what we're going to be looking for is you want to see the violent swings up and then what it comes back down to. If it keeps coming back down to a specific area, that is where you can call a resistance or a support. That's where the price is being supported at that price point.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is go to the top left-hand corner of the screen where you see that that line. You're going to hit, there's a little arrow right next to that that'll expand it. And then we're going to go down to horizontal line. Yep. So zoom out again, just so you can get a really clear overview. So now I want you to click at the beginning of the chart where you first see that resistance, or that support rather.
Like right here, right? I mean, this is a support.
That definitely looks good because where you had it bounce and hit on that line, it had a huge bull run back up. So that'll be a bull run before and a bull run after. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So that would be a support line. And what line is that?
2900.
And that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, 29,000.
Oh yeah, 29,000.
Yeah. So that's pretty accurate when it comes to Bitcoin. When it gets down to the 30s, we haven't been down past the 30s since when? Since it first jumped in price.
Yeah, I think that was December 2020.
Yeah. So that right there is a beautiful support.
Yeah.
So we have a $29,000 support line. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go and try to identify a resistance. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to look at where it
From
keeps.
the top?
Yeah, it just reverse. So we're going to look at where it keeps going up to and falling back down from. And there could be multiple supports and resistances.
Yeah.
I like to start with the main ones.
I mean, this one right here towards the end, you got it climbs a little each time. Like but it's, to me, I would categorize pretty much the same level of resistance, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then even over here, you can see how it pulled back a little, but then it was able to break above. So I'd say like right around, and then here it acts as a support. I would say right around here.
I agree. Go to the back though. Go all the way. You want to start. So do the horizontal line again, top left-hand screen.
Oh yeah.
And you want to start as far back. You want the longer these support and resistances are in play, the more accurate they are. So if you can find it at that.
Oh, so like even right. Well, I guess.
I think you were right. I think so. Go to that next dip down, just to the right. Yeah. See, that puts everything in play.
Boom.
Okay. So that gives you a support and resistance. So now what I really like to do is that could almost be argued to be what's called a supply and demand. So that's where you see, like when I draw the boxes on there, that would be a supply and demand. So let's go to the paintbrush on the left-hand side and go, click off to the side again. And we're going to hit rectangle. So now, just from the top of your support and resistance, just click there. Perfect. Yep. So, up. Take your time, guys. This ain't no rush. Markets stay open 24/7. All right. So that could be a beautiful supply and demand of 29,000 and 46, which is very accurate. People say, above 30 is a buy, or above 45 is a buy. Where we make that dramatic jump, as you can see every time here at the top of our demand, which is back it up to where we have our bull runs. So look at the top there, and what does it always jump up to? It's right around the 62 to 69 range after we break the top of that supply and demand zone. So now what I would do, that you have your beautiful supply and demands. Again, this is on the 1 day, so we're going to be looking on the macro level. We're not looking for 42s and 44s and multiple zones. So what I do now is, now that you have your supply and demand, now let's go for another resistance up top. So let's go back to our horizontal line, and let's see what price is having, what price is doing once we get above our supply and demand. So you can do from the bottom to the top.
So probably right around here.
Yep. Yeah, because that looks beautiful because you have a bunch of touches where we have our red days. We pull back down to the top of that line and we shoot back up, and then over on just right there as we get into 2022, we have spike right back up to that line. Yeah. Nice. So that's really that's telling you what you can expect once it gets to that area because you're using past. So very basic. We have our supply, we have our demand, and we have some important support and resistance. I say let's do one more horizontal line at the top. So we're going to click left-hand side. And you guys, this is, he doesn't do this, he really doesn't do this often. No. He's not a technical guy. But he has learned a little bit. And this is something you guys can do in a fucking weekend. I shit you not. You can watch our videos. I have 3 videos where I go over technical analysis. I even go over a few indicators, which we'll put on after this. But we're going to put another resistance. Beautiful. And then we're going to let's do one more kind of at the top to show where our all-time highs are. Yep. And when I'm doing the top resistance line, I don't care about what the absolute all-time high is. I care about where it's actually retracing back from. So that looks like a pretty good chart. So we have a $29,000 support all the way up to a $46,000 resistance, which is our supply and demand. When it gets down into the 29,000, we have it's oversupply of it. People don't really need it because we have a bunch of it. That's the thought process. When we get up to 46,000, it's in high demand. Everybody wants it. So when everybody wants it, what happens? The price goes up. There's not a lot of negative sentiment when we get to the top of that supply and demand zone. Above that, we have a resistance of 50,000, which is very accurate in the Bitcoin world. Then we have another one of 57,000. And then we have a top of, 62? Yeah.
63. Yeah.
63. Yeah. So that's very accurate. 62 to 69 is what people call the top of Bitcoin right now. And I would like for you to throw on, it's very simple, but it gives you a lot of market direction. Again, on the top, where it says indicators. Yep, right there. We're just going to use a very basic one that I have. We're going to scroll down to EMAs, which it'll say I think we just passed it right there. We just passed it. Top. One more up right there. Very top one. So the EMAs, again, you can X off that. The EMAs are the exponential moving average. It's the average of the price in a certain time frame. So each one of these lines are going to represent a different overall price during that time. So we have a 20, a 20-day, a 50-day, a 100-day, and a 200-day EMA. Intraday trading, which is like buy and sell during the same day, they really look for the 20. The 20 is where you get a lot of price action during the day. The 200 is where you look for like a more like a macro view, where you can see a continuation of a price action. So go to on the right there where we have our pricing. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I was just gonna tell you to scroll out. So right now it looks pretty ugly because we have our 200 EMA going on top of our price. So you can view that as a resistance level. Yeah. That 200 we're resisting breaking above the 200-day moving average. We would really want to see, as you can see back here before.
So it's kind of like if you're below it, if you're below the EMA line, it's a resistance. If you're above the EMA line, it's kind of like a support.
Exactly. Yeah. As you can see back here on both bull runs, it happened directly after we retested which one? The dark blue EMA, which is the 200. We had a small pullback. We tested the 200 EMA, and then we shot above it. Then we have another pullback to test the 200 EMA, and then boom, we shoot all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
Same thing here. We broke below the 200 and had another retest, and then we had a hard break because we couldn't hold that as a support. It acted as a resistance. So it doesn't always tell you, but in this case, on a macro view, it kind of does. So far in the history of Bitcoin, it is telling you that if we can't break above that 200 EMA, the skies are red. Price is going down. So overall on Bitcoin, we want to look for a price to break above the 200 EMA, which would again put us right at that top of the supply and demand zone, which we're looking at about 46,000. Once it gets back over 46,000, we can be comfortable and we can push back up to all-time highs, and we can use that 200 moving average as a support, and we can count on upward trajectory from that. We just want it to keep bouncing up. So, yeah, pretty simple. How do you feel about it?
It kind of puts a lot in perspective about like the EMA,
Yeah,
and kind of like using that as a tool as support and resistance, because I never really thought of it that way. If it's below, it's a resistance. If it's above, it's a support.
for sure.
It can be those things, I should say.
Yep. And you know, based off what we said earlier, it's, you know, the 200 moving day average, or the moving average of it in general, that is dictated off of a whole different set of factors.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I would definitely attribute the inflation and the interest into being a negative factor for Bitcoin. So that would have been, you want to use your EMAs not as a, you don't want to use EMAs to predict where the price is going to go. You want to use EMAs as a tool to kind of get the full picture of where things are headed.
Yeah.
But you can see here, just off of where his supply and demand zone is, where do we have there? We've got gravestone dojis. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but you can definitely, this is just technical analysis. Japanese candlesticks in general is, to me, it's the language that the market speaks in. You can look at these and you can know what's coming up. It's not that these necessarily move the price. It's just telling you the voice of the investors.
Yeah.
When you see uncertainty in the market in the direction which is represented by a gravestone doji, you can pretty much bet that there's a dramatic move going to happen. So you can couple that with, you see at the top of our supply or the top of our demand, we start having some gravestone dojis, then we have some sell-off, and then we can't hold on the 200 EMA. I mean, it would have been a clear, I mean, at 45, you know, at 44,000, you could have really started to bet that we're going to drop, I mean, potentially to our supply area, which is, you know, that 30,000. Mm-hmm. So we could, based off this chart, we could really see, we could see 30,000 on Bitcoin.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and if you also, I mean, looking at these bounces too, it's already almost trading below it.
Yeah,
you know?
Which overall, we're still rolling with that one. All right, so our cameras just died, but
can you make this bigger?
Yeah, thankfully we were using this one the whole time. Bottom left-hand corner, pull it out.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It that big.
Yeah. So our main cameras have died because we love you guys enough to not even focus on charging batteries. We're just full fucking force. But you can definitely see some downside coming, especially with the interest rates and the rate of inflation. Money is getting more special as time goes on. People need to protect their money now more than ever.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, it's dangerous right now to be investing in risky asset classes.
I mean, that was my whole thing when I sold my home. When I knew I was moving moving back to Florida, I knew I didn't want to hold something in another state that like I would have to manage or figure out. I could have made money turning it into a rental, but I felt like even this was back in March, right? Yeah, March. I felt like the market was too shaky then.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's even shakier now.
Yeah. And I mean, it is the real estate doesn't seem to correlate with, pricing overall. It's like the price of real estate is going through the roof. And we do have a guest that's going to be coming on potentially, what was the date? Either May 7th or May 8th, which will be the next full up. I keep staring at the fucking camera. We have a guest that a real estate agent here locally in Highlands County that's going to be coming on and discussing his kind of macro overview of what the housing market's going to be doing in the near future, and overall if it's going to tank, which he's probably going to be pretty fucking biased because he's a real estate agent. He wants to make them schmackers.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. We tried to make this one a little bit more informational for you guys, and hopefully we did some of that. We discussed the problems with inflation, the problems with America, and the problems with our wives.
What?
No, we cut that out.
Yeah, we cut that out.
Love you, girls.
They didn't make it to the end.
They don't fucking watch this shit. No. Who cares? But yeah, so definitely stay protected on all investments. Sell your crypto, sell your stocks, sell your house. We love you guys. Have a good night.
Remember, buy high, sell low.
Buy high, sell low. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. Turn your volume all the way up because we're coming at you. We're coming at you fucking hard. Have a good one.
Bye.
Come and trade with me. I got all the profit there.